Have you ever noticed how one single comment online can suddenly cause this massive, almost tidal wave of reactions? It's fascinating, right? Sometimes it's not even about what was actually said, but how different people interpret it, pulling it in completely opposite directions. It's like a digital game of telephone, but with much higher stakes. Let's dive into a recent example that really highlights this. A well-known public figure, someone many of us recognize, made some remarks during an interview. Nothing seemed too out of the ordinary at first. But then, as it always happens, short clips from that interview started getting cut up and shared across all social media platforms. We're talking TikTok, X, Instagram Reels, you name it. The clips spread like wildfire, and within hours, people began reacting in wildly different ways. It was an instant digital storm. On one side, you had a large group of people who felt the comments were completely taken out of context. They were saying, "Hey, wait a minute. You need to watch the full interview. This clip is misleading." They argued that the speaker's true intention was lost and that the snippets were designed to provoke a reaction. They defended the public figure, believing the outrage was based on a misunderstanding and that the core message was actually positive or, at the very least, harmless. They saw it as a classic case of media manipulation, where a few seconds of footage were weaponized to create a narrative that wasn't there. But then, on the other side, a completely different story was unfolding. Another huge group of people felt deeply offended. They believed the comments, even in their full context, were dismissive and invalidated years of hard work and struggle by many individuals and communities. For them, it wasn't about the specific words as much as the underlying attitude they perceived. They felt it showed a lack of awareness or empathy. The debate just exploded. Social media feeds were filled with arguments, think pieces, and video responses. It became a digital battleground, with both sides passionately convinced they were right. Friendships were probably strained, and block buttons were definitely working overtime. Now, here's what I find truly interesting. For a moment, let's set aside the original comment and whether it was right or wrong. The real story here is the phenomenon that followed. It's about how astonishingly fast people formed their opinions. We're talking minutes, not days. People picked their side, planted their flag, and went to war for it. And what's more, it's about how emotionally charged those responses were. The reactions weren't just intellectual disagreements. They were visceral, coming from a place of deep-seated belief and personal identity. It was less of a debate and more of a collective emotional outpouring. This whole situation is a powerful reminder of the incredible influence that public platforms have in our modern world. Think about it. A few words spoken in an interview can become global headlines in a matter of hours. They can shape public discourse and create massive social movements, all before anyone has had a chance to really sit down and process the information thoroughly. Sometimes, the conversation keeps spiraling and growing, creating more and more heat. Even when no new facts or information have been introduced, the story becomes about the reaction to the reaction, a feedback loop of outrage that can be hard to escape. So, this brings us to the real question I want to leave you with, the core of this whole discussion. Where does the responsibility lie? Should public figures, knowing the power their words hold, be incredibly careful and precise with everything they say? Should they anticipate how their words could be twisted and try to prevent it? Or is the onus on us, the audience? Should we learn to slow down? To resist the urge to have an instant hot take? Should we make a conscious effort to seek out the full context before we form an opinion and hit that share button? Is it a bit of both? I'm genuinely curious to hear your perspective on this. Let me know what you think down in the comments. It's a complex topic with no easy answers, so let's have a thoughtful conversation about it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this discussion, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more content like this. See you next time!